Hi everyone, Tina Spalding Trance Channel here. Been a busy few weeks in my life, but I was drawn to do a video for all of you today as the heat in the kitchen is ramping up, and I think it would be great to hear what Jesus has to say about what's happening and how we can help ourselves out here. Let's see what he has to say today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And as you understand, we've been telling you for quite some time that the heat in the kitchen is going to continue to get worse and worse. And that we have been giving you advice on many things, lifestyle, medical choices, those kinds of things. Now, all of you are beginning to feel the real pressure. You're beginning to feel the real pressure, and you're beginning to see the writing on the wall of the potential future that you might have if you do not empower yourselves. How do you empower yourself? Well, you begin to tell the truth of what and who you are. You are a holy child of God. You are made in the image of God. You are creative. You are powerful. You are able to bring into being anything that you choose to focus on with determination, love, and intention. What has happened over the last few years in your society is that you have been distracted and multitasking in the material world. That means you've not been focused on spirit. That means you've not been focused on training your mind. You've been allowing others to train your mind where they want to take you. And now you are seeing the repercussions. However, they need your consent. They need your consent, and you will notice that the medical treatments are not being mandated. They are coercing beings into taking them because you have to do it using your free will. This is a free will planet, and everybody knows it, and the magicians against whom you are rising also know it. And that is why they use the methodologies that they use to get you voluntarily to lower your own frequency. Because if you do it voluntarily, you have used your free will to make a decision, and that is your decision. It is not their decision. So beings who are voluntarily caving to the pressure are doing exactly what the magicians want you to do, and they rub their hands in glee because all of the people that have participated so far in the medical treatments being offered have done so using their own free will. Now, when we were asked a while ago about how to stop this, how to change this, how to help others that you're concerned about, you cannot, because their decision-making machinery is formed and has been formed over many, many years. So for those of you that are confident in your saying no, if you look back over the last years of your life, you will see that you have often not done as you are told. You have not been compliant. You have chosen to be free of some of your family obligations. You have not been pressured by people. You won't allow it. Those people who have conformed have always conformed. They've always been afraid of what people think of them. They've always done as they're told. They have been coerced over decades through the education system, through the television, through their belief system, to participate in things that their true guidance, in actual fact, is telling them not to do. So anybody who had conflict about the medical treatments, who felt they didn't really want to do it, but their partner or their mother or their children were pressuring them, they had true guidance. They had true guidance, the feeling, I don't really want to do this, but they're all picking on me. I'm scared that I'm going to be ostracized. That is the lesson for those people. The lesson for those people on a spiritual level is you need to empower yourself. You need to become more sovereign. You need to own your own creative juices, let us say. So you have to look at what is happening as a blessing for all beings. Now, this is the hard part for those of you that are struggling with what's happening. Some people are not struggling. They feel that they've done their duty and that everything is going to be okay. But slowly, slowly, they are beginning to realize that the story is changing and the freedoms they so eagerly anticipated are not manifesting. And they are beginning to realize that the wool has been pulled over their eyes a little bit and they have fallen for a trick. They have been scammed. But from a spiritual point of view, we want you to understand this. We want you to understand what is happening here. You are all being given the opportunity to choose what it is you want frequency-wise. And you are choosing what you want frequency-wise by the beliefs and values that you hold in your heart and mind. Nobody has forced you, in fact, to do what you have done, whether that be a no or a yes. Nobody has forced you to that. You are listening to the beliefs within your mind, and they are generating thoughts such as, I don't want to be ostracized, people are going to get mad at me, or thoughts from a different kind of belief, this is just wrong, this doesn't feel right to me, every cell in my body is saying no. The interior journey of each of you is revealing to you the beliefs that you have allowed to live within your mind. And that is what the end of a spiritual season is. It is the opportunity for you to truly see what drives you. It is the opportunity to truly see what drives others that you may be in relationship with. So the truth is being revealed not only of the corruption in your systems, not only of the true agenda of your governments, but the truth of your inner world is being revealed to you. You cannot see yourself as a freedom-seeking being when you are kowtowing to these coercions. You cannot see yourself as a weak being when you feel rising up within you strength and sovereignty that will not compromise. The truth is being revealed. Now, from a spiritual point of view, this is very beneficent because the distractions, the deceptions, the self-deceptions that you have all been living with and laboring under are being revealed now. And there is some regret in some of you, and there is some eager anticipation for a new world in some of you. There is bewilderment in some of you, there is fear in some of you, there is self-righteousness in some of you. You are all feeling your true self because of the pressures of this situation. How do you solve it? You solve it through sovereignty. You solve it through self-empowerment. You solve it through coming together against a tyrannical system that has played its hand and shown you what it is about. So it's very much like dating somebody in your Western way, where you go out with somebody, you all get dressed up and look very clean and well presented, and you tell the funny stories, you tell the things that are desirable about yourself, but you keep that 40% hidden. But as the relationship progresses, the truth comes out. It always comes out, and you call it the end of the honeymoon period. Well, we want to tell you the end of the honeymoon period has arisen for you and your governments. You are in an abusive relationship with somebody, and you have just realized that you are. Some of you realized last year immediately. You had clear guidance coming from your guides and teachers. You're knowing that something was fishy. But now you are faced with the reality of a coercive system that is gaining momentum and bullying everybody into compliance. So you have a choice. You have a free will choice. Even if you have taken the medications, and in taking those medications, you believed you were doing the right thing, many of you now are realizing that it was perhaps not the most beneficent thing to do. Those of you that have seen the error of your ways, gather with those that are refusing. Do not see them as your enemy or those that have avoided something that they should have done, but begin to truly understand the lesson that you are getting, which is that freedom is more important than anything. You are freedom-seeking beings. You are beings that are made in the image of God. And what that means is you are loving, you are creative, and you are freedom-seeking and freedom-granting. Grant freedom to your brothers and sisters. Those of you that have not chosen to take the medications, grant freedom to your brothers and sisters to experience the lesson that they are having. Their path is none of your business, but your collective brotherhood is. Your collective sisterhood is. And it is only in realizing that you are a collective, that you are connected, that you are one, that you will all pay the price for this. If you do not share your sovereignty, your encouragement of self and other, and you do not share the God-given power that you have to create in real time a future that is good for all of you, including your children. So now is the time for deep reflection and communication with all of the beings that you know. If there are some beings who are completely against what you believe, wish them well and on their way with their journey. But find like-minded souls that you can collaborate with, that you can converse with, that you can support in both directions. That means them supporting you, you supporting them. Don't buy into the isolation. Don't buy into the blocking that is being used to disconnect you from each other. That is what this is all about. That's why there is no medical support for the blocking. There is no medical support for the blocking. The blocking is a methodology to keep you apart from each other. And all of you that have had a month or two off from the blocking feel the awfulness of its return. And that is your guidance. That is your guidance. That is your guidance. Listen to your guidance and stand tall, shoulders back, sovereign creative being that you are, and know that spirit is with you in all ways, but we cannot make the choices for you. This is the end of a spiritual season. You must make the choices yourself. Even if you feel you have made an incorrect choice so far, you can turn around and release some of the burden of mistake from your heart and mind, knowing that you have seen that something was deceiving you. You have been deceived. It's just like the person who's been scammed. There is deep shame at times. There is profound embarrassment that somebody could talk them out of their money, talk them out of something that they valued, and they don't want to own it. They don't want to stand up and say, oh my goodness, what a fool I was. But in sharing the deception, in sharing the truth, in sharing the courageous admission that perhaps the choice you made was incorrect, you will empower others who are in the same position. And what will begin to happen is all of you that have had the experience of being scammed will realize that you are not alone. You will realize that there was a lot of effort put into scamming you. You will realize that there is a lot of effort put into pressuring you and causing you to be in fear. The magicians know how the human mind works. When you are repeatedly indoctrinated with fearful, abusive, and detrimental ideas, You go into a childlike state where you are willing to be led by an authority figure. This is a standard psychological state, and torturers use it, coercive dictatorships use it, so that people become so afraid they become malleable. The reason that we brought through A Course in Miracles for this time was to get as many people as possible owning their own minds, mastering their own minds, understanding how conditioning works, understanding how the ego's lies work, so that you could make a sound decision. If you do not own your mind, somebody else will. It's that simple. So if you have not yet started A Course in Miracles, begin. If you are overwhelmed by A Course in Miracles, read this being's books. These books are designed to lead you towards A Course in Miracles. It's a much easier read. It's a much more accessible language. But do not continue to allow others to own your mind, because when others own your mind, they can lead you where you do not want to go, and unto death they can do that. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again at another time. Okie dokie. I think I'll be putting this up on YouTube. I'm going to risk it. Hopefully I'll get deleted. If I disappear off YouTube, please know that you can go to channelingjesus.com and you can leave your email address there. We would appreciate you doing that just in case, because of censorship and these kinds of things. We have a large community growing of beings who are doing A Course in Miracles, a huge library of material that you can access with your membership, and of course ongoing live streaming every other week where these questions are dealt with on an ongoing basis, very specific questions that we cannot address on a public forum such as YouTube. I also would like to mention that I am doing a 3-day event coming up in September. It is an online retreat, and if you are interested in signing up for that, please enter your email on our homepage at channelingjesus.com. We will be sending out emails with details and registration links in the coming week or two. So please do that now if you are interested in joining us in an in-depth exploration of the spirituality of these times. The event will also have an astrologer. There will be meditation. There will be guest channelers. It is a very, very interesting couple of days. So that will be September 27th, 28th, 29th. Again, go to channelingjesus.com and leave us your email. We don't spam. We only send out notices when there are events or sales, maybe one a month. It's a very, very low email rate. So I hate it when I get emails every day from somebody who I've given my email to. So hopefully this video is going to help you. It's a very, very challenging time for all of us. We are being challenged to use our Course in Miracles training big time to maintain our frequency and to maintain our sovereignty. Thank you all for joining me today. I love you all. Thank you all for the lovely comments that I get when I post a video. And don't forget to consider joining our community, Channeling Jesus community on Mighty Networks. It is a thriving and growing community that offers support from a spiritual point of view and very, very interesting contributions from all of the members. See you again soon. Bye.